Greetings Bond fans and welcome back to Some Bond Geek Talks About with me, your host, Henry Stevens. Everybody, how do you do? I hope you're well. Welcome my fellow Bond fans to my channel. Now, quick bit of house cleaning before we get on to part one of today's topic, everybody. First off, if you haven't already liked this video or seen any of the other videos on the channel, why not give us a like down below, and don't forget as well to subscribe to the channel. Click on the notification bell icon down there to get any future updates videos, because there will be plenty coming down the line. And also everybody, it would just be doing a great help to me. Also everybody, last couple of things as well is if you like this channel, like to check out some of my other channels in the Some Geek line. You have Some Geek Talks About, some Disney Geek Talks About, and some TARDIS Geek Talks About. There you'll find content for those individual things as well for you to enjoy as well. And everybody, lastly but by no means least, if you are some of the person who's really on the go, wants to listen to something on his way to work, or wants to listen to something while working out, then I'm here for you. I've got something for you to entertain you. We have the Some Geek Talks About podcast, where all the channel's content goes onto this one podcast here. You can find it on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, and Spotify. Working on Podbean at the moment. We're going to get there eventually. But anyhow, everybody, today's topic, I think, is quite an interesting one because, as you know, we've had 6 great actors play the role of James Bond in the official franchise. We have had Sean Connery, rest in peace, good sir. George Lazenby, Roger Moore, rest in peace, good man. Timothy Dalton, Pierce Brosnan, and Daniel Craig. And even outside of that, we've had Sir Sean Connery, rest in peace. Appearing over and over again. And you could say as well, in the spoof Casino Royale, we've had David Niven. As the original James Bond. I know there's many James Bonds in that film. And also, if you want to really go even further back, you've had Barry Nelson play him in the climax episode of Casino Royale. And you've had maybe people like Toby Stevens and Dan Stevens and, Colin Salmon and other such great people play Bond in audio dramas. But for every actor I've just mentioned who played Bond in some capacity or another, there have been lots of people who have potentially been up for the role but maybe not chosen or declined the role, in fact. So over the next couple of episodes, what we're going to do is we're going to look at some of those people, maybe the reasons why they turned it down, and discuss maybe it actually would have been good or would have been bad. Now, so let's start off with this. Now, for the record, everybody, I'm just going to say this right off the bat, and I'll say this in all other episodes. People, so we say like maybe Henry Cavill, James Norton, Tom Hiddleston, those who are maybe in contention for replacing Daniel Craig. If you're interested, everybody, I have got an episode on this, who I think should be Craig's replacement. You can find it in the channel down below. I'm not going to include them. I'm just including people who we know their time, is, if you could say, is past. People from the past who could have played Bond, not people who still could potentially play Bond. But let's get right into it, in my opinion. Now, the first person we're going to talk about, for me, is apparently Stanley Baker. Now, Stanley Baker, most famously known for his leading role in Zulu with Michael Caine as well. A really, really great actor. If you haven't seen, I really recommend, if all you've seen him in Zulu, you are missing out. It's a great film, Zulu, don't get me wrong. But you would certainly, I think, really, really enjoy watching his career. But basically, he was an option. But apparently, he wouldn't commit to a free film picture contract. How do I feel about the idea of Stanley Baker being Bond? Honestly, I'm not actually a fan. Again, would be a great actor, but I don't think he would have been right for Bond. Just something about it just doesn't really work for me. But hey, again, that's my opinion. We've got so many others to chat to, so let's get around to this. Now, the next name I want to bring up, which really shocked me that he was even consideration, but apparently, again, he was turned down in favour of Sean Connery like Stanley Baker, is actually Rex Harrison. Now, Rex Harrison is, oh my god, one of the best actors, I think, who have ever graced the screen. I love the character and the actor Rex Harrison. Any character he plays, from My Fair Lady and Dr. Dolittle and that film he did with his dead wives, that was really great. Anything Rex Harrison has been great, but really? As James Bond? I mean, I'm not going to lie, a bit again, I don't see it. I think the gentleman side, yes, of Bond would be there, maybe akin to Roger Moore-ish, but as the actual action hero actor, actually killing people in fight scenes, I'm not gonna lie, I just don't see it. Really don't see it as well. But someone again who was actually one of Ian Fleming's first choices for the role, but didn't get it due to scheduling conflicts, and I know him as Wing Commander Gibson from the Dam Busters, and I think would have been a terrific Bond, is Richard Todd. yeah, this guy would have been brilliant as Bond. If Sean Connery didn't play the role, I would have loved to have seen Richard Todd play this role. I think this would have been so cool, so unique to have him. I think he would have been absolutely brilliant. I can really see him being the gentleman and the cold-hearted killer underneath. Absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt in my mind. This would have been really, really, really interesting. And I wonder how many films he would have done. But yeah, definitely, Richard Todd, if he was cast, that would have been a big thumbs up from me, if I was alive at that time. Now, here's one of my favourites for the potential of Bond, because this person, obviously very famously now went on to play the role of Sherlock Holmes he's most famous for. He also appeared, again, with Rex Harrison and Audrey Hepburn in My Fair Lady. But Jeremy Brett, again, a bit like Richard Todd, I would have loved to have seen Jeremy Brett as James Bond. I think he would have been fantastic. He really would have been, I think, really, really cool. Certainly, I think, very interesting. And he's got that real look about him. I could see him being a really great James Bond. I really, really, really love this idea of Jeremy Brett playing James Bond. Basically, he actually turned down the role. He feels that the role would harm his career. I disagree entirely, Mr. Brett. God rest your soul, you were always going to be, I think, my second favourite Sherlock Holmes. Nothing against you. I'm just Peter Cushing's always going to be my Sherlock Holmes. But I would have loved to see Jeremy Brett as James Bond. What an interesting thing. That would have been so interesting. And again, he was chosen potentially replacement to Connery. But now, everybody, let's go into another discussion right now with some other people. And we talked about Stanley Baker and Zulu opposite Michael Caine. Did you know Michael Caine was up for the role of replacement for Connery? Yeah, Michael Caine, think of it, as James Bond. I'm going to lie, I am a massive fan of Michael Caine, like so many other people. If he's in a film, he's one of those actors I will just go see it because he's in it. But as James Bond, I'm going to be honest, I think this is a no. Now, I know he became famous with the Icarus Files, so he has played a spy before, and I haven't seen it yet, but I hear he's done an amazing, amazing job at it, and I absolutely firmly believe that. But as James Bond, I don't think he's got I just don't really see him as James Bond. I've got to absolutely be honest. But hey, everybody, not a bad idea. I'm going to say, in a world we could have had Michael Caine as James Bond. That, I think, was really interesting. And this leads on to another, really? And this is absolutely true. I've double confirmed this to see it. But did you know that Dick Van Dyke, yes, Bert from Mary Poppins, the Dick Van Dyke Show, Professor Potts from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, obviously where he met our Cubby Broccoli, and I'm sure that's where some of the decision and stuff came into discussions with it. But he was up for the role of James Bond. He was being considered. We could have had Dick Van Dyke as James Bond. Wow. That, I have to say, I don't think it would have worked, but I would have loved to have seen it. That certainly for me would have been very interesting, very unique, very different. The reason he didn't get it is because his English accent failed to basically get the approval of Albert R. Broccoli. I can understand that. Nothing against Dick Van Dyke as an actor. But guys and girls, we nearly had Dick Van Dyke as James Bond. Can you imagine that? Casino Royale starring Dick Van Dyke. Goldfinger starring Dick Van Dyke. On a Magic Secret Service starring Dick Van Dyke as James Bond. I'm sorry, that just to me is absolutely crazy. Another name I really want to discuss, and basically the reason apparently he did is that he had certain ideas for how he felt the series should be, and it didn't really coincide with what Harry Saltzman had in mind, was General Zod himself, Terrence Stamp. We could have had Terrence Stamp, as James Bond. Kneel before Bond. So I had to do that one. I just recently did some Superman reviews on the Some Geek Talks About channel. Go check them out if you want. But the idea of Terrence Stamp as James Bond is, that I have to say, it's a bit crazy, isn't it, when you think about it? That is really crazy. But everybody, right there, I'm just going to stop right there as part one of this little series of reviews. But I want to know, everybody, what do you think of the names I've already given? I want to know your thoughts. Comment down below. Tell me what you think about all these people I've mentioned potentially of being James Bond. I think it's really, really interesting. And it would have been quite different, like Dick Van Dyke and Michael Caine. And, Jeremy Brett, I think, but I really love the idea of a couple of them I've named so far. Anyway, everybody, my name's Henry Stevens. This has been Some Bond Geek Talks About. Goodbye.